Remember, the goals of meiosis are different than the goals of mitosis. This image shows the 8 stages of meiosis. Take a moment and draw out these phases. Make sure you list out the important events in each phase and bring to class for discussion and review. After you've completed this, make a list comparing and contrasting mitosis and meiosis. Let's test our knowledge. Now be careful, this question is a little tricky. After telophase 1 of meiosis, the chromosomal makeup of each daughter cell is. Pause the recording, and when you're ready to check your answer, hit play. Did you get it right? Good job. Either way, I want you to try to explain why C is the correct answer. Bring your attempt to class for discussion and points, and if you are still confused, it's okay, just try your best, and we will discuss this answer more in depth. Now let's consider how meiosis contributes to the variation and change over time that we associate with evolution.
In sexually reproducing organisms, 3 processes lead to most genetic variation: independent orientation of chromosomes in meiosis, crossing over of chromosomes in meiosis, and random fertilization. Each pair of homologous chromosomes consists of 1 chromosome inherited from the father and 1 from the mother. Here we have color-coded them blue and red. Each pair of chromosomes lines up independently of the other pairs in metaphase 1 of meiosis. Here you see one of the possible arrangements and outcomes. There are 2 different ways that each chromosome pair can line up. That means that in the organism shown here, with the diploid number of 4, independent orientation of chromosomes at metaphase 1 can produce gametes with 4 different combinations of maternal and paternal chromosomes. In a human being, with 46 chromosomes, more than 8 million combinations are possible. Now let's look at how crossing over creates even more genetic variability. During prophase 1 of meiosis, homologous chromosomes pair up very closely, and corresponding parts of 2 non-sister chromatids may trade places. This process of crossing over creates variation by producing chromosomes that combine the genes inherited from 2 parents. Here the process produced a total of 4 genetically different gametes. There are many ways crossing over can occur. In humans, crossover events happen an average of 2 or 3 times per chromosome pair, greatly increasing the variation among eggs and sperm. Note that crossing over produces some parental gametes with chromosomes like those of the parents, and some recombinant gametes with a mixture of genes from both sets of chromosomes. Independent orientation and crossing over occur simultaneously during meiosis, multiplying the number of genetic variations among gametes. Because each pair of chromosomes lines up independently, and crossovers can occur almost anywhere along each pair of chromosomes, it is possible for a human being to produce an almost infinite variety of gametes. A sperm fertilizes an egg, producing a zygote. The random nature of fertilization adds to the variation arising from meiosis. Each parent is capable of producing a huge variety of genetically different gametes. The number of possible combinations among their offspring is staggering. Theoretically, one human couple is capable of conceiving a number of genetically different offspring that is far greater than the number of humans who have ever lived.
That's quite a thought to ponder. Here's your next thinking moment. What would happen if crossing over didn't occur? Write down your thoughts on this and include it with your notes for points and discussion in class. In conjunction with that idea, what are the 3 ways in which gametes from one individual diploid cell can be different from another? Basically, what this question is asking is how can your gametes from one cell to the next vary? Write down those and bring it to class for discussion. Let's do our last knowledge check now. This is a long question, so pause the recording, and when you are ready, push play to continue. Good job. The answer is D. Because this female has one chromosome with a blue gene and one chromosome with an orange gene, she can pass on one or the other to her offspring. But on chromosome 19, both of her genes are short genes, which means that she will only pass on short antennae genes to her offspring. Here are our chapter objectives. How are you doing so far? Make sure you pick out your muddiest point and bring that to class for our mini lecture. As always, our supplemental materials. If you have any questions about this material, please email me, come to my office hours, or just chat with me in class about it.